what's a basic step that they can actually do from 0 to 1 million?
In terms of
actually just starting creating building something kasi I don't know if this happens to you, no? The common question that I would get aside from syempre what stock to buy is ano magandang business na simulan, thinking that there's one business that if I start this, that's where I win. So and I always tell them it's not about, if you're asking that question, baka you're not ready yet to start a business, because if you know what business to start, or you already have a certain skill set, you already know ano business para sa'yo. So how can they discover that, or what should they do if the money's not there? Because everyone thinks pa rin that money equals capital equals I can now start a business.
That's true. So there are different kinds of business people, and you have to identify what kind you are at the get-go. So if you're the kind na you have capital, you have money, but you have no idea what to do, my suggestion is find someone who is building something interesting, and then ask them, do you need capital? Do you want to work with me? So get to know each other, talk with each other, get to know what he's doing, study it. If that person is willing to let you in on some of the how do you say it, private things, the things that are what's the word?
Hi everyone, this is Marvin Germo. I'm a stock market trader and investor, and I love YouTube because it allows me to share my thoughts, my ideas when it comes to stock trading and investing, because I really believe the stock market is one of the greatest ways for Filipinos to let their money grow. That if you put your money in time deposits, guess what? It really won't go down, but it really also won't go up, and you'll just be beaten by inflation. And the goal of videos like this is to educate you so that you can win and you can trade the markets with confidence. Before we proceed to the next video, would super appreciate it if you could like, subscribe, and comment, so you get to be part of this video and you get to see more videos to come in the future. And smash that bell, guys, so that you get updated every time contents like this will come out. So that's it, guys. So I hope you enjoy the rest of the video.
So how do you start a business without capital?
Or how do you go from 0 to 1 million?
0 to 1 million. I can only tell you how I did it because ito yung story ko, but I can't share another person's story with you because it's not mine. For SEO hacker, and we're a multi-million peso company now. How I started was really through, I would say, a series of divine interventions. If you want to hear the number, I started with a capital of 1,300 pesos. That's the hard number. Okay? So, meron ka bang 1,300? Like, I was in college then, I had 1,300 pesos. You probably have 1,300 pesos. I bought the domain name 500 pesos. So the domain name is 500 per year. The hosting is 800 per year. I bought it. I did a lot of experimentation, hard work. Ako nag-design, ako nag-code, and trust me, the design was not good. Sobrang pangit ng una kong website. I kept writing. Talagang hard work. I put in a lot of hard work. I put in a lot of learnings in there. People started reading it, started sharing it, then started inquiring about my services. And of course, at the beginning, I wasn't good. Honestly, like, no one is good at the first try. But because I had the guts to go ahead and, try it out and really serve them to the best of my abilities, they became happy. I became happy. They paid me. And the revenue over time, of course, increased. As I increased my number of clients, I was able to hire my first people, able to rent my first office. It was very small office, very humble beginnings talaga. And all the way until our first million. And that took like, I don't know, three years, I think. And the 1 million to 10 million.
Oh, so 0 to 1 million is 3 years. Pero that's what I've been interviewing a lot of entrepreneurs and investors. The first million is always the hardest. But once you get it, the time to get the next million is faster. Tapos to 10x that is kasi may template ka na eh. So from 1M to the next one, how fast and what did you learn from it?
Actually, not just template, Marvin, but you have the network. Diba? As you put in the hard work, as you meet people that you need to pitch to, you need to share your ideas with, you meet a lot and re-refer ka nila. Oh, may kaparehas ka mag-isip, refer kita kay ganito, refer kita kay ganyan. Your network grows. And as your network grows, actually a lot of people say money is in the network, eh. Diba? Because it's quite true. If you know a lot of people, then there are more opportunities that would open up for you.
Oh guys, this is the best network that I've ever seen in my life. Totoo. So check. You don't actually have to check him out. Everyone knows him. Just have to search him. Eh. So you get the network. Tapos
For Marvin, the 0 to 1 million is one day.
no, ano yan? A lot of
One
grit
good,
and hustle.
one good bullish
No.
streak.
Kaso bearish tayo na yun, guys. So, you get the network, very, very important. Tama yun, sabi nga ni Jason, good friend, sabi niya, it's not also what you know, but who you know, and how you utilize who you know as well. So, you get the network, so it becomes easier and faster.
Yes.
Okay.
So the 0 to 10, yeah, I think that we did it on the next 2 years. So first million is 3 years, 0 to 10. In the next 2 years, we were able to get it. That's because a lot of people knew who SEO Hacker was. Plus, a lot of people, a lot of companies finally understood what SEO was. Dati, pupunta ako sa isang pitch, tatawagan nila ako, Sean, can you pitch here? Can you pitch us about SEO? And we wanna learn how it's gonna help our company. So, sinabi na nila yung SEO, di ba? So, I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. Punta ako doon, set up ako ng laptop. And the first question usually is, ano nga ba yung SEO? And I was like, you called me here and said SEO, you want to know more, but you don't, yeah, they have no idea what SEO was. That was when I was starting out. So during the time na naka 3 years
What year was this? What year was this?
This was 2010.
Okay.
2010, 2011, somewhere there. Nung naka first million na and things were, on a roll, a lot of people knew what SEO was na. And guess who a lot of people referred to when it comes to SEO? It's in my network, it's me. Because ako lang yung kilala nilang SEO.
You're the LeBron James of this.
No. A lot of people watching this might not agree because they're SEOs.
But to those watching this, I believe it's stiffness, guys. So, I don't know them. I only know you. Yeah, so
yeah. But there are a lot of very, very good SEOs here in the Philippines. I am just one of the good ones. Good in terms of ethics. So that's something I couldn't believe then. The 1 million to 10 million is a lot faster. That's because ikaw na yung kilala. Because if you do business honestly, you do it with excellence, you do it with initiative, meaning ikaw mismo kumukontak sa kanila, di mo na hinihintay magalit sa yung kliyente, malaman yung maling nangyari, ikaw mismo nagsasabi, oh, may maling nangyari, we want you to know, and we want you to know we're fixing it or we fixed it already. Then they're the ones who's going to say, this person's remarkable, the way this guy does business is remarkable, and I want to share that to my peers. You get referrals, your business grows. The 1 million to 10 million, in my opinion, is a lot, not just faster, it's easier. Because
how about those who can't start their own? I guess not everyone can enter SEO, not everyone can enter the digital space kasi what they're paying for is skill, eh. Diba? That's what you're bringing to the table, that's the skill. For those who want to be a business person, what's a basic step that they can actually do from 0 to 1 million?
In terms of
actually just starting, creating, building something. Kasi I don't know if this happens to you, the common question that I would get aside from syempre what stock to buy is ano magandang business na simulan, thinking that there's one business that if I start this, that's where I win. So and I always tell them it's not about, if you're asking that question, baka you're not ready yet to start a business, because if you know what business to start, or you already have a certain skill set, you already know ano business para sa'yo. So how can they discover that, or what should they do if the money's not there? Because everyone thinks pa rin that money equals capital equals I can now start a business.
That's true. So there are different kinds of business people. And you have to identify what kind you are at the get-go. So if you're the kind na you have capital, you have money, but you have no idea what to do, my suggestion is find someone who is building something interesting. And then ask them, do you need capital? Do you want to work with me? So get to know each other, talk with each other, get to know what he's doing, study it. If that person is willing to let you in on some of the how do you say it, private things, the things that are what's the word patented, or yung mga things that make it special, make it different, make it innovative. If that person is willing to share with you because sinabi mo sa kanya na I'm willing to fund it, you know, if it makes sense for me, then that would be the best kaysa sa going with the flow.
So that's for people who have cash already.
Yes.
Okay, if you don't have cash, and probably context also is majority of the people are employed, and a lot of them have salaries. Probably they have savings that they can have, but syempre, savings in itself does not generate cash flow, does not generate earnings. What's the first step that you would recommend to them?
First thing that you do is invest in yourself. So how I learned SEO is because I was doing a blog called God and You. If you want to search for it, you can type it up in Google, God and You. Buhay pa siya. I still write there, but rarely now. And not a lot of people were reading my stuff. I wanted to increase my readers. I researched how to do that. SEO kept popping up. I studied it, applied it, trial and error. Things that worked, good. I took note, wrote it in another blog, which is now SEOhacker.com. Applied it to my clients, saw that it worked, saw that I was making money, didn't have to spend a lot of capital. I invested first in myself by studying SEO, by having a hands-on experiment, which is God and You, and then by journaling everything in SEOhacker.com. That cost me nothing. And my entire business, actually all of my businesses, all four businesses, was built on that discipline. Did I have money during that time? No, I was dirt poor. Yeah, so I was dirt poor. So don't think na, that guy has all the capital kaya nakapag-start ng business. No, I was dirt poor. That's why the first business that I have, which is still my cash cow, is SEO Hacker. It's a services company. Because if you don't have capital, a services company is the perfect starting business for you. Because all you need is yourself.
How do you know to cut loss na talaga na wala, you've been doing it for 5 years, 7 years, tapos it's not really gaining traction. Your debts are piling up and it's not really working for you.
Yeah. Okay, 2 general reasons why it will fail. Number 1, you're saturated. Photography, videography businesses, they're saturated. A lot of people want to be photographers, videographers. Good for you. It's a good hobby. It's a very good passion. But is it a good business? Not so much. Kasi ang dami na. Cutthroat na yung pricing, yung mga things that make you different, style ng videography, style ng photography, style ng editing, thin na, hindi na alam na, si ganito yung gumawa niyan, si ganun yung gumawa niyan kasi ganito yung editing. Hindi na masyado ma-differentiate kasi nga sobrang dami na. Okay? So number 1, you have too many competition. Demand is high, but supply is also very high. That makes for a bad business. Number 2, you're really not good at what you do, or you don't go the extra mile.
So you're not good, but so possible na ganun.
Possible na ganun.
Okay.
Because we have to be honest with ourselves. There are skill sets na we might like it. Like for me, I love playing basketball. I love watching basketball games. Am I good at it? Well, if compared to NBA players, I suck. And I probably could not play even in the PBA because relative to them, they're a lot better. They're a lot taller, faster than me, a lot more fit, a lot younger than me. I will really not pass as a PBA player kahit gaano ko siya kagusto, kahit gaano ko siya kahiling. And just like that analogy in basketball, there are some people na we love what we do, but we're not so good at it. If you're not the best in what you do, people will mistake you for everyone else. And then, what's the use? So you have to be the best, number 1 or number 2. For me, you just have to be number 1 or number 2. If you're 3, 4, 5, 6, mahirapan ka. It's gonna be hard for you to survive in a services business. Unless, of course, na talagang sobrang lucrative niya and ilan lang kayo out of 10, no? O 10 players, pang third ka, okay na yun kasi 10 lang kayo eh. Or out of 5, ikaw yung pang 5, okay lang pa rin yun kasi 5 lang kayo. Pero pag sobrang dami mong competitors, tapos nasa top 10, top 20 ka, mahirap yun because fuzzy na. Hindi na maintindihan kung sino yung okay, sino yung hindi.
So pag ganun, should they stop already? When they determine na, okay, hindi pala talaga, this is not for me. They go back to employment, just do their job, or do they find something else?
First of all, we have to establish, no, that if you want to do entrepreneurship, that's a very good thing. But if you want to go back to employment, or if you're employed, that's not a bad thing. There's nothing wrong with being employed. We need people who are employed. Yeah. So, if, for example, 5 years mo na sinusubukan, like you mentioned earlier, 5 years, and you're not going anywhere, you realize you're earning less net than when you were employed. Nothing wrong with finally closing down shop and saying, I was better employed and I will make more money in another way, like investing in stocks. That's a fantastic way, right? Investing in, I don't know, what, precious minerals. I don't know if that's even in right.
Or
Bitcoin.
Cryptocurrencies are the way to go.
Yeah.
So we'll end it here, but for the next session, he mentioned about it's only the top 1 and top 2 who would make it, and SEO hacker, guys, is the best in the industry. So the next topic we'll talk about how can you be the number 1 and the number 2. But he'll give his expertise, guys. He's the best. You won't even have to listen to me anymore after you listen to him. So that's it. So
Thank you, and I'll see you again soon.